I think, well, I mean, it's a little late now, but thanks for offering. Okay. All right, live stream is ready. I think, well, I mean, it's a little late now, but thanks for offering. All right, live stream is ready. I think, well, I mean, it's a little late now, but thanks for offering. Oh, I keep playing that over again. All right, oh, because I haven't done anything else. All right. Okay. All right, live stream is ready. Welcome, everybody. See your squares. Maya fe ayo Shabbat Shalom Maya fe ayo Shabbat Shalom Maya fe Hayom Shabbat Shalom Shabbat Shabbat Shalom Shabbat Shabbat Shalom Shabbat Shabbat Shalom Shabbat Shalom Maya Hayom Shabbat Shalom Maya Hayom Shabbat Shalom Shabbat Shabbat Shalom Shabbat Shabbat Shalom Shabbat Shabbat Shalom Shabbat Shalom Maya Hayom Shabbat Shalom Maya Hayom Shabbat Shalom. Welcome, everybody. We're going to sing another song. I can feel you singing with me. This is I did a program on Jewish roots music, and I for the pine cone, which is like, I don't know what they call themselves, but it's like the keeper of roots. They do roots music in Piedmont, North Carolina, and they have artists. And I played Sanctuary mashed up with Pifuli, because Sanctuary is like an old like roots Christian song, and someone smarter than me put the two together. So here goes. Lord, prepare me, be a sanctuary, pure and holy, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Is peacefully, peacefully. Jared Zedek, Avovam, Odaya, Zehashar, Ladorna, Zadikim, Avu, Ve'asuli, Migdash, Ve'sachanti, Actually, I don't have the words in front of me, so I'm making them up as I go. I don't have those words. Oh, I'll just start over. Lord, prepare us, be a sanctuary, 'cause we're pure and holy, tried and true, and with thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. All right. Welcome, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. I'm going to put you all for a short period of time, very short period of time, into like pairs, so that you can wish you can introduce yourselves and wish each other a Shabbat Shalom and share a blessing of gratitude. Before we begin, my name is Sandra Lawson, or Rabbi Sandra Lawson, and welcome to our monthly Shabbat offering. So I'm going to put you all in breakout rooms, and let's see, 2 per room. Wait, how many of you are there? Good, that'll work out great. 2 per room. All right. Here we go. Oh no, I did this wrong. Oh no, I did this so wrong. Closely. Let's try this one more time. Okay, close our rooms. Okay. Do. Okay, I messed up. There's a whole bunch of y'all in one room. Okay, so we're trying when everybody gets back. Let's see. All right, I'll try this again. Where is everybody? Maybe people didn't want to be in breakout rooms. Okie dokie. See, they're slowly coming back. All right. So as I was saying, I messed up. So I'm going to try this one more time and put you all in pairs. And
although that was nice.
Oh,
More the merrier.
Oh, good. But not everybody's come back. It says they're okay. Recreate. All right. So there's 12 of y'all. All right. All right. Here we go. One more time. All right. I'll see y'all. Okay. Say hello. Say Shabbat Shalom. Um, introduce yourselves, say Shabbat Shalom, and a quick something that you're grateful for that happened this week or something you're grateful for that will happen in the week to come. All right, here we go again. Open all rooms. All right. Oh, okay, good. I don't need to be in a room. Great.
In a little bit, I'll be heading to Tangent.
Okay, everybody can hear you on YouTube.
Everybody, I'm going to Tangent. You need any food? Get good tacos.
Hi, Solomon.
Hi, Sandra. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Thank God. My body is doing much better than it has been.
Oh, that's
It's
great.
been
That's so awesome. We still need to have our
long and
date.
slow.
We
Yeah,
still
yeah.
need to have our date. I'm so sorry. It's been a very crazy, crazy year.
I know, right? It's
Oh my
been, it has been so, I mean, it's been less crazy for us, but also pretty crazy. We're um, up until the moment that this meeting started, we were talking with real estate lawyers. We're trying to buy my elderly mother a house.
wow.
Uh, in the States, and we're in Canada. So it's, you know, it's lawyers and all kinds of legal stuff. And then it turned out that the one that she thought she wanted, oh, she doesn't want that one. So, okay, that's fine. But it's,
And she should have the one she wants. I totally understand.
it is absolutely a blessing to be able to comfortably, honor the religious obligation of caring for
Yeah,
your parents.
that's so great. Where's your mom live?
In the Seattle area.
Okay, great. So, okay. Welcome back, everyone. I just put in the chat a link to a supplement plus the Siddur that we will be using. Um, and we're going to start off with How Awesome Is This Day with Hine Matov, which is in the supplement, it's not in the prayer book. Hine Matov Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Oh, Lillian, thanks for sharing the link again. So we're now going to open up our prayer books, and which is the Reconstructionist prayer book, the hard copy. And we're going to sing the first line, the first part of Yedid Nefesh. Yedid Nefesh Av harachaman mesok avdecha eretzonecha yaretz avdecha kemo aya yishtachavel nuvola derecha Deravo yedidutecha menovetsuv vechotam yadadadadada 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 yada la 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 yada la 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 yada la la ya la ya la 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 la. Just thinking about what Solomon was saying about honoring parents. For me, I am approaching the anniversary of my mom's passing. She passed away on Tisha B'Av, the 9th of the month of Av, which I think this year is around July 16th or something. I got to spend time with my dad this past week. And, losing one parent, even though they haven't been married for a long time, really makes you want to hold on to the other one. If you have, a good relationship with your parents. And I have not had a great relationship with either of my parents until I started until recently. I started to have a better relationship with my dad over the last 20 some odd years, and I credit his current wife with helping to fix our relationship. And so, my dad's not getting any younger, and even though I've never lived in Arkansas, it really did feel like home, being with my dad and tons of extended family and not doing anything but sitting down and eating and sitting down and eating and sitting down and repeat. But anyway, so we're going to sing Shalom Aleichem, which is, like things we sing on the song we sing on Shabbat when we're home and welcoming the angels. And I just wanted to share that with you all. All right. So as someone pointed out to me, when you use the PDF, remember that it's the pages on the PDF pages, not the pages that are on the screen, I think. So, Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Oni Melech, Malachei Hamalakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bohem l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech, malachei hamalakim, hakadosh baruch hu. Bahuni l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Hani melech, malachei hamalakim, hakadosh baruch hu. Baruch Shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech, malachei hamalakim, hakadosh baruch hu. Sedhem l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech, malachei hamalakim, hakadosh baruch hu. I'm going to turn now to page 21 and sing Psalm 95, Lahuna Ranana. Come, let us sing. Lahuna Ranana, Ladonai, Naria Letzor Yishenu, Nekadma Fanav Betodah, Bizmirot Naria Lo, Ki El Gadol Adonai, Umelech Gadol Hakol Elohim, Asher biyado Mekarei Aretz, Veto Afot Harim Lo. We're going to move now to L'Chadodi, and to make it a little easier, I'm going to put the words in the chat here. Okay, hopefully that will work. All right. And on Zoom, we rise in body or in spirit. I'm going to stay seated because it's kind of weird to go up and down. But when we get to the last stanza, if you want to rise in body or spirit, so we can all welcome in Shabbat, that would be great. All right. L'chadodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 p'nei Shabbat, nekabela. L'chadodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 p'nei Shabbat, nekabela. Shamo v'zachor b'dibor echad. Hishmianu el Hamuhad Adonai Echad Ushemo Echad L'Shem Tiferet Veli Tila Helecha Dogi Likrat Kala Yalala 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 B'nei Shabbat Mechavela Halecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yalala 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 B'nei Shabbat Mechavela Likrat Shabbat V'hu V'lecha Ki mechor ha'raha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'makshavatil Helecha Dikrat Kala Yalala 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 B'nei Shabbat Kabela Alecha Dudi Likrat Kala Yalala 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 B'nei Shabbat Kabela Yaminu Smo Tifrotzi Ve'et Adonai Tarti Al Garish Ben Hatzi Venizmecha Venagila Helecha Dodi Kala Yalala 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 B'nei Shabbat Lekabela Alecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yalala 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 B'nei Shabbat Lekabela Boi v'shalom tered bala gam b'simcha uv'slacha tok emune am segula boi chala Helecha Dudi Likrat Kala Yalala 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 B'nei Shabbat Nekabela Halecha Dudi Likrat Kala Yalala 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 B'nei Shabbat Nekabela This is the part where I'm gonna do some Torah, and I have this whole thing written down. And if you all have been following me for a while, I don't on Zoom. I tend to not read from a script, and I have this thing that I wrote that's very lovely, if I should say so myself. And I'm going to refer to it, but I didn't go to a breakout room, so I'm sort of this. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. So this week's Torah portion is Matot Maaseh, and what I want to highlight is that this is the last Torah portion in the book of Numbers, and we've been on this journey of enslavement in Mitzrayim to wandering in the desert, and now we're about to enter the book of Devarim, the book of Deuteronomy, which is basically a synopsis of what's happened, and it's Moses' days are numbered. Really, when you get to Deuteronomy, there's really only like a few more days of Moshe Rabbeinu's life. And thinking about this year, we started Genesis in September, late September. And, many of us had been sort of dealing with the isolation of COVID at the beginning of Rosh Hashanah. And now we are towards the end of our journey. Like COVID is sort of like, I'm not saying it's over, but like we are now emerging into the next chapter of our lives where COVID will be around, but it's not going to hopefully hurt most of us. But while we were dealing with this, COVID it had inserted itself into every ounce of our beings. And so, but while we were on this journey that we had to go on, just like the Israelites had to be on this journey of walking in the desert, we are as a society have been on this journey. Whether we needed to go on it or not is not really relevant, but we were all on this journey and we've all grown. We are no longer the same people we were before COVID. Our whole lives have been changed and turned upside down. And some of that good, some of that bad, some of that horrible, some of that great. And there've been many blessings that have happened. Hopefully our society is trying to deal with racism in a real way. I had to deal when I worked as a campus rabbi. Many of the students that I worked with had never had to deal with anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism was this thing that was way over here that their parents talked about. And now imagine you are 18, 19, 20 years old and you're scared to wear your Star of David. You're scared to have Jewish iconography on because people are crazy and hurting Asians for walking in the street and hurting Jews for wearing, for outwardly appearing as Jews. And this journey has also made our lives in many ways more accessible. The synagogues that didn't want to refuse to do any kind of live streaming now do. And I'm saying all this to say, I could go on, but it's been a crazy 15, 16 months, unless you were in the woods somewhere. I'm saying that because my dad, my dad grew up really poor, and he has a fascination with a show called The Mountain Men, which I've never heard of before, but now I'm kind of also obsessed with. Because I started watching this guy build a house from scratch, and I lost the episodes, and I'm watching all of them to catch up to find out where it is. But my dad was saying to me, like, they used to hunt their own food. They used to and I am a vegan, so I'm not advocating for hunting, but I do have more respect for people who hunt to feed themselves. So I forgot what that point was, but so like this, there was a point to that mountain men thing, but I forgot. Anyway, but we're all on a journey. I'm so grateful to spend Shabbat with you all, but I want to know maybe if you feel so moved to maybe share something that you became aware of, or something you're grateful for this past year and a half, or anything that you want to share. Really, it's up to you. So just go ahead and unmute, and we can still do some schmoozing afterwards, like we always do. But so this doesn't have to be a long thing. And I see 5. Mulamim, I'm messing up your name. I'm really sorry. AK, welcome.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Thank you. I think in this past 2020 has been hard for me, particularly. I do a lot of work, activism, community work. So when the pandemic hit, it was our organization that developed the plan with FEMA. I still am on the test and trace board, and it's a lot when you're seeing so many hundreds and hundreds of deaths. And a lot of our students were working in the medical field, and it was just a difference from helping people and being optimistic to literally having hundreds and hundreds of bodies and people dying. And that's the process every day. We lost so many people. I think the good thing I seen out of that was so many communities coming together, right? So many temples and spaces that were usually closed and very closed community were open. We're doing feedings. We're bringing food to the free refrigerators and stuff we were setting up. And I seen a unity that gave me hope, you know. A lot of things show you no hope in this country every day. For me, I still look at that unity is happening every day and growing. I've seen different communities of color come up more out of this than were destroyed, you know? So for me, I'm grateful for that. A lot of other things that I do in this work, I'm grateful for. It helps me provide for others. It's a daily duty. Somewhat mitzvahs, but it's a lifestyle, you know? So I'm grateful for that because you can see the chaos and other structures with hatred and just, we're not gonna go anywhere like that. So I'm really grateful amidst all of the sadness, you know?
Thank you.
Thank you
for sharing that. Where are you from? Where do you live right now?
I live in New York.
Okay.
Originally, I'm from Aksum. My family's from Aksum. My mother's from Israel.
Mhm.
There was a point in time when people from Ethiopia wasn't allowed inside of Israel. There was a big exodus. My family came over here to make a better life. Then was like, oh, you know, we're Black. We got to fight. And I have a rich history from there, you know?
Thank you for sharing. If you all don't know, I'm in North Carolina. And if anybody else wants to share, just tell us where you are currently located in the world.
I'd be happy to chime in here.
Hi,
You
Ethan.
know, I am in Norfolk. Hi, I'm Ethan. I'm in Norfolk, Virginia. But you know, in terms of change over the pandemic, it didn't strike me until the other day. One of my friends, she sent me a Snapchat memory she had of me from like August of 2019. Just before, a couple months before the pandemic started. And I looked like a completely different person. I mean, like, I don't know what it was, and I feel like a different person now. I look at this video from, over a year ago. It's just kind of weird. I barely even recognize, and it's not just, an external, I've put on weight since then as a good thing. I was very much underweight then, so I've put on some weight since then. And it's been good, but I also feel like I'm a different person than I was then. Being inside has given me a lot of time for that kind of reflection, as well as trying to maintain. That was right as I started college, so that trying to maintain that through my academics through a pandemic. Really has changed my outlook on the world, I've found.
Thank you.
I can. I'll go.
So Evan, then Trick, and then CJ.
Hi. So my name's Evan. I'm in the DFW Metroplex. The pandemic for me, I work as a nurse in an ICU here at a major hospital in the Dallas area, and I work at a hospital that is kind of well known for other different infectious disease. Which I don't really want to identify which hospital, but I mean, if you know, you know. And so it was kind of traumatic, a little bit of PTSD. It was like, here we go again with life-threatening illnesses and being exposed and not knowing what to do. And so that was hard. And then I grew up in an interfaith family. And so for me, I've recently been exploring my Jewish identity. And so in Rosh Hashanah 5780, I signed my kids up for PJ Library, which I don't know if you know about PJ Library, but I found a community there, and it was not what I was expecting. I found a lot more welcome than I was expecting, and then I found Rabbi Sandra and some other people, and so for me, the last 14 months have been traumatic for work, but also very life-giving, finding family that I hadn't been connected to for a while. So anyways, thank you.
Thank you, Evan. I put PJ Library, or a link to PJ Library in the chat. If you work with kids or you have kids, my sister-in-law, who is not Jewish, signed her. She has, so my sister-in-law's son has a daughter, but the mom is not in the picture. And so my sister-in-law finally got the daughter after having like 5 boys. But she signed her kid up, the kid for PJ Library, and love it. And she's trying to introduce her granddaughter to the beautiful diversity that is the world. So if you have kids or you want to have kids or just curious about it, it's great. Okay, Trick.
Well, I'm a teacher, so this year has actually been 5 years. Yeah, it's been a very long year, and I have had to completely relearn how to do everything, even though I'm pretty technologically savvy. It's been amazing watching kids teaching adults how to do things. But I think the biggest thing that I was able to finally find, sounds weird in a year where I'm teaching and every moment is taken up by that, but I finally started fostering, which is something, my father was a foster kid, so it's something I've wanted to do my whole life. And it has been an interesting journey. I have had kids in and out and learned how little power and decision making that I have and that they have, and we're all caught up in this interesting system. But I specialize in LGBTQIA kids, and I have met some just amazing kids that I've been able to keep up with as they move in and move out and move on. And I'm really grateful for that.
Thank you. CJ?
I feel like there's this fact, it's a myth, it isn't like real, but like that every 7 years, every part of you has been replaced, like every single cell in your body has been remade. And it isn't true, but I feel like over this past year, I've sort of experienced some sort of like sped up process of that. Like if you replace the bristles on a broom and then you replace the stick on the broom, is it the same broom? No, but you can still sweep the floor with it. I mean, I finally came to terms with my identity as a man. I've made and lost so many friends. Everything, it feels like I am not the same person that I entered lockdown as. And I don't regret a thing, but it's just looking back, just the amount that my life has changed, that my relationships have changed, that fundamentally who I am has changed. But I believe very strongly that it's for the better. I believe very strongly that who I am now is 100 times a better person than who I was last year.
Thank you. My wife just came home, and so the dogs want to say hi. So you may hear that. So we're going to move now to a prayer for healing, a Misha Barak prayer. I did this workshop for this roots music program that I mentioned earlier. It's Pine Cone. I can't remember what their tagline is, but they basically like they help artists, and they feature like all kinds of roots music from bluegrass to blues to folk, and so I did a workshop for them, basically talking about like what I call American Jewish roots music. I started with Shalom Aleichem, which is what we sang at the beginning, which many people think is a song from Eastern Europe. It's like, no, it was written in Brooklyn in the early part of the 20th century by a rabbi who was thinking about his Columbia alma mater, and probably, thinking of like traditional Jewish music. And you can't talk about American Jewish music without Debbie Freeman. And I learned a lot. I had a rabbi help me. And I learned a lot about Debbie Freeman, even though I only used one or two pieces in the workshop that I did, but I just gained a whole new level of respect for her. And I already had a huge amount of respect, but, and one of the things that I learned about Debbie Freeman, there's so many, but what I want to highlight right now, she was really gracious to her critics. People were like, it's folk music, you can't sing that. And then she said in this video that I watched that like, she could imagine it being really hard if you have spent your entire life studying liturgy and you sing a particular way. Now you can't sing folk music. You can't sing the way she sings, just like she can't sing the way those cantors sing. And so, and I was just like, wow, like that was really gracious of her and true. And because she had a lot of critics who didn't like what she was doing, probably because they were scared of it in the same way that people are always scared of change in the Jewish community. So that is my very long kavanah to introduce Debbie Freeman's Misha Berach. There's a bunch of there's some videos on YouTube that were taken like towards the end of her life, and she's talking about her life. So I encourage you to watch them. So if you are thinking about someone right now and you want to offer a prayer for healing, please add the name in the chat so that we can remember them together. And I'm going to sing this halfway through, and then I'm going to pause, and if there's names in the chat, I will read them. So, and the words are in the supplement that I gave you earlier. Misheberach avotenu mekor habraha limotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Ethan wants to add Maria Gilbert, and Trick is adding my current foster kid Destiny, also Caleb and Jennifer, my sister. And I want to just offer a prayer for healing for anyone right now who could use one. And I'm going to continue singing. Misheberach imotenu mekor habraha liavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. We're going to now move to Kaddish Yatom, Mourner's Kaddish. If you are, oh, yes, Jamie, you're right. All of those, we need to offer prayer for healing for all those in Surfside, Florida, the Champlain building, which is just horrible. Thank you for that reminder. We're going to also say mourners. We're going to say mourners Kaddish, and I want to remember the memories of all those that have were lost. And if you were thinking about someone, if you need to say mourners Kaddish because you're in the 30 days Shloshim period, or it's the anniversary of the yortzeit of someone who's passed, or you're in the year of 11-month cycle of mourning and you want to add a name, please do. I'm going to recite this Kavanah that's on page 450. In reciting Kaddish, we affirm our awareness of holiness in our world. Much of our experience of divine goodness, grace, and love has come to us through those whose lives have touched our own. And so today, remember all those we've lost in Surfside, Florida. Remember all those we've lost, the thousands of people who've lost their lives because of COVID. We want to remember Gwen and my patient B. That's from Evan. And because this is Zoom, if you add a name after I've already started saying Kaddish, I'll pause to say the name and continue on. So you can rise in body or spirit, whatever you're comfortable with, and we'll begin to say mourners Kaddish. Yid Kadal, V'Yid Kadash, Shemei Rabbah. Oh, I forgot. Also, if you want to unmute yourselves and join me in saying Kaddish, it'll be kind of weird, but it's the one way that we can sort of feel like we're a community. I also want to add Andy. So here we go. Yid Kadal, V'Yid Kadash, Shemei Rabbah. V'yamad divrach yoteh v'yamlich malchuteh. V'chayachon uvyomechon uchayed kol beit Israel b'agalav izman kari v'imru. Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah mevarach le'olam umei amaya. Yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitfa'ar, v'yitchaman, v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, Shemei Kudashah, Brihu. Le'elah, mikol berhata, v'shirata, tush behata, v'ne'amata, damiran, v'yama, v'imru. Amen. Joanne wants to add Alex Stein and Carly McNulty. Yehesh lamu rabba mid shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'yakol Israel v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom v'ramav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'yakol Israel v'yakol yoshvei tevel v'imru. Amen. May the one who bring peace and harmony above, or may the one who makes peace and harmony above make peace and harmony for all of us down here on earth. Oseh shalom b'ramav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'akol Israel v'imru imru. Amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'akol Israel. Shabbat shalom, everyone. I will stay on the call for a little bit, and we can schmooze. And thanks for hanging out. And Evan, I saw your question on Facebook. And I think it was you. Yeah. So it's always the second Shabbat of every month. And most of the times it's Friday, but it might be Saturday morning. It might be Havdalah, or it might be something else. We're still working on that. So, but always, the second secular Shabbat, second Shabbat of the secular month. So, but it's always good to see your faces. Trick, I don't know if you're trying to say something, but it's muted. Nope. Okay.
No, other than I do have to go, and thank you so much for doing this. I needed this tonight. Thank you.
I'm so glad. Thank you. Thanks, guys. It's always good to see you.
You too. We've known each other a long time. No,
I know.
when you were a rabbit.
I know. Yeah. I'll be heading up there for sure in March.
Oh,
So,
awesome.
yeah. With
Yeah.
the whole Reconstructionist movement.
Are you descending on DC?
Yeah. Oh, DC area. I forget.
Oh, that's awesome. I love
Yeah.
it.
So
Yeah.
I will connect with you then.
Awesome.
I'm sure I'll see you before then, but I mean on Zoom, but yeah.
All right. Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
Bye.
Sure. Question for the group actually. So, just if anyone has any tidbits. So, I know I mentioned it to my breakout room. I just got my passport today, which means that I am a full go for my trip to
It's great.
Israel on August 1st. I'll be visiting Israel, for the first time. So, I wanted to ask: does anyone have any recommendations of things I should see while I'm there? Things I need to make sure I do? Anything like that? If anyone has anything good. That I might not
how long
otherwise
are
think
you?
of.
Is this birthright or something?
Yes, it's birthright. So I'll be there for 10 days.
Okay.
Working my way from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. But yes.
Yeah, because I didn't do birthright, but I would just say see as much as you can, and also because birthright is so tailored to the type of group that you're going on. I don't know. Like for me, I'm always interested. Me personally, I always when I travel, I try to walk around as much as possible. Also because it can be expensive to take cabs and stuff, and I'm always interested in food. So there's a if you I don't know the truth, like if you find this happened to me when I was studying there, but if you find yourself only eating one type of food, like expand out and try but just take it all in, and if you can stay there longer, stay longer, and while you're there, just try to watch and observe and keep your eyes and heart open, and try to have a nuanced perspective, and you'll have a great time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mm.
So
I have probably a different perspective on in Israel than maybe this group, but I would encourage you to. There are like birthright extension trips, if you have the time to go and look at what I understand as an apartheid system that is set up between Israelis and Palestinians, and just there are people that will like take you and walk you through like what the real life situation is. So I would encourage you to do that.
Yeah, lovely. Bear that in mind. Also, though, I am gonna say Shabbat Shalom. I'm gonna head out because it is dinner time in the Myers household.
All right.
But all right,
that's
Shabbat
pretty-
Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
That's shalom. I'm in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Are you getting the tail end of Elsa right now? Or the
Yeah. I mean, it rained a little bit, but right now it's really nice out. I mean, sun's going down, but yeah, it's hot, but yeah.
we've been getting like some winds and the dogs are going a little nuts.
Okay.
But yeah, this was really nice. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not that far from you.
Yeah, we should now that I don't know, things are better, we should reach out and we can have coffee or something.
I'd be down.
I'm like completely landlocked, but we just got over this like massive rainstorm. It was nuts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and the weather here is never stable, but like at one point it hailed. So yikes.
You're in Germany, right? Is that right?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, currently I'm in Colorado. I lived in
Oh.
Germany for a while though.
Okay. I was like, I remembered that right. Okay.
So is Colorado on fire like most of the rest of the West?
Yeah.
Is it up here?
Yeah, I'm lucky. I live in a much more. I don't live exactly in the area that's mostly formed by that, but every summer, just the skies are full of ash.
Mm.
Worse every year, of course.
Yeah, we're up in British Columbia, and last year was, I think, 2 months where you couldn't go outside safely without some kind of respirator, and of course you can't buy them during COVID times. So so good luck with any of that. Yeah, this year we're trying to figure out, like, okay, well, how do we? Because there's this weird math that has to happen where the air that runs through the HEPA filter to get the smoke and stuff out of it, that filter can't clean out the carbon dioxide. And if you live in a house that is newer or has modern windows and like is relatively sealed from the outside, then your carbon dioxide levels raise, and you get headaches and you get tired. And I already am really prone to headaches. So we're trying to figure out, like, how do we get in both fresh air and then also recirculate air that isn't going to make us really sick. It's a challenge.
Wow.
But we don't have hurricanes. so there's that. Earthquakes and forest fires for us.
And heat waves.
And heat waves. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was unexpected.
Yeah, I work in a warehouse, and a lot of the people I work with are from rural North Carolina and not really big on masks. But like, they always complain, like, oh, I go home and like all the dust, like I sneeze out like dust, and I'm like, I don't have that problem. Maybe if y'all wore masks, but whatever, we're here.
Yeah. Yeah.
The head shake.
Yeah. Oh no, there's a lot I could go into, but I'm not gonna, because let's make Shabbat a beautiful thing and not complain about.
Oh, I wasn't trying to complain. I just think it's funny because I'm like, oh, I don't.
Oh no, I totally could. Yeah.
I don't have like dust in my throat when I leave work. Because I have it covered. I might never take it off.
I support this. I support the normalizing of like wearing masks and not going to doctor's appointments when you're sick. I've had a couple of healthcare providers this last year who were very surprised that this was the first winter they weren't sick from September until May.
Wow.
And they're like, oh, maybe having a very liberal cancellation policy and insisting that people don't come in if they're sick is a good thing, for me personally. And I'm like, yes, is there any way that I can encourage your bosses to keep this policy going where people aren't penalized for canceling even the morning of because it turns out that they're sick and they didn't know it?
Yeah.
So,
Are you talking, Evan?
Yeah, the hospitals are planning on keeping masks for the foreseeable future, and it really is true. It's been fascinating. This is the only year I haven't gotten sick, other than I did get COVID, but that's another story. But other than COVID, I didn't get sick, so I was like, that's pretty cool.
Wow. Well, I'm gonna close up shop because I have to eat dinner. We need dinner now. And thanks for. I always like this part because I get to spend time with people on Shabbat. And thanks for coming to our Kabbalah Shabbat, our abbreviated Shabbat service. And just in the future, there will be other people leading, taking a break from inviting people this summer, but there'll be more when in August or September, there'll be other folks leading, and I might bring back Koach, and you guys might get to meet Kashira Halev. And
I just remembered Rabbi Emily remembers you and says hi. Rabbi Emily Kapor Mater. She's very tall, dark curls.
Yeah.
Married to Alexa. They have 2 kids now.
Oh my God.
They just moved to Portland.
Wow, tell her I said hi, please.
Yeah, I told her about you. And yeah, she married me and my husband. So
Oh my God. Yeah. They're the small and growing rabbi world. It's interesting. Like a lot of people that I met when I was a student and they were students, now we're all like functioning rabbis. So, all
I
right.
know,
You all have
right?
a lovely Shabbat. And I will hopefully see you all soon. Lillian, let's try to figure out time. And Bridget wants to say goodbye to, she's like, no, I don't.
Bye, Bridget.
Okay. Bye.
I just want to be on you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Al.
Bye.
Shabbat shalom.